the number I was provided on the paper. And I got a call back one day, which was about on the 27th, I believe, or last. It was a couple like a week ago, and well, they had called like at 9 in the morning, but I was at work, right? And then every time I called them back, which was like on I called them like 5 different times, like around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I thought it was a good time because it was like from 8 to 5, like a business, and they never answered me. And it was supposed to be Angie Garcia or something like that. That's what it said on the voicemail. But I haven't been contacted back. Well, I've been contacted back, but like we haven't connected to speak over our terms or like about the case. And that's why I've been trying to reach legal aid. I see there's a guy here from legal aid, but I don't know if it's this with the same people that I was provided.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Cantu. Counsel Collins.
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a reset on this case to tomorrow at 2 p.m. so that we can contact Mr. Cantu. Mr. Cantu, do you have a number that we can use to reach you?
Yes, sir. It's 956 746 7694. Yeah, it's cause I had got a lawyer for another case and I was gonna get one for this case, but it was kind of too expensive. So I'm gonna have to go through legal aid on this case.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, our investigator will reach out to you later today. And if you qualify, then we will be able to help you in your case.
Okay, and then so tomorrow we presume, or like do we start for tomorrow, or do I just stay on the line?
So your case is gonna have to be reset if we're gonna help you, but that's up to the judge to decide.
Hold on,
Okay.
Mr. Cantu. Okay, what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm gonna recall and see how it goes for the rest of the docket. So the answer to your question, Mr. Cantu, is yes, stay on.
Okay, sir. Yes.
All right, case number 2019 CCR 0172, State of Texas versus Leo R. Cavazos.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Cavazos. Your Honor, we have gone through the charge. We're asking to waive a formal reading of the information and entering a plea of not guilty.
Oh, okay, so you had signed a waiver. Okay, state your name, please.
Leo Cavazos.
Oh, yeah, where is my court reporter?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here.
There you go. I didn't see it.
Mr.
Can you swear in,
Mr. Cavazos, can you please raise your right hand, Mr. Cavazos? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Cavazos, you've been charged with driving while intoxicated,
Yes, sir.
and how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Right. We're gonna set the hearing date. What's in it? August 3rd. Okay, Mr. Cavazos, your next hearing date is going to be August 3rd, and you have a representation from legal aid. Is that correct?
Sure.
All right, so continue to communicate with your attorney.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Cavazos be excused at this time?
He may.
Thank you.
Case number 2018 CCR 0216, State of Texas versus Alvaro Diaz. Okay, there he is.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Diaz. I believe he will need a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay, we're gonna have to come back. Okay, so we have a interpreter coming in or tuning in. later on this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and recall. Case number 2021 CCR 0093, State of Texas versus Oscar Toribio Garza, and case number 0094. Mr. Toribio Garza. Could you? Mr. Toribio Garza, are you on? All right, so go ahead and recall. Case number 2021 CCR 0014, State of Texas versus Rudy Garza. In custody.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Garza. Your Honor, in this case, we're going to need an interpreter as well.
Okay. So this one I'm gonna recon, we'll do those two cases. Case number 2021 CCR 00190091, State of Texas versus Rene Gutierrez. And a waiver of arraignment had been submitted. Go ahead and sign it. With the attorney for this.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid.
All right, we're gonna set it for August 3rd. August 3rd. Wait a minute, Mr. Rene.
Yes, sir.
You on? Okay. So we're gonna set it for August 3rd. Continue to communicate with your attorney, Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Gutierrez be excused at this time?
May.
Thank you.
Case number 2021 CCR 0092, State of Texas versus Peter Giovanni Martinez. Mr. Martinez, Peter Martinez, are you on? There we go. Case number 2021 CCR 0089, State of Texas versus Katie Marie Moreno, and case number 0090 and 0110. Ms. Katie Marie Moreno, are you on? Go ahead and recall. Case number 2021 CCR 0096, State of Texas versus Alejandra Ortiz. Ms. Alejandra Ortiz, are you on? Go ahead and recall. Case number 2021 CCR 0059, State of Texas versus Amanda Lee Salinas, and case number 0060.
She's getting ready right now, but we have Rudy
Okay,
Garza.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Rudy Garza, sir.
Oh. Oh, he needs an interpreter. Okay, yes, and I think this is what I heard. So on case number 2021 CCR 0014, State of Texas versus Rudy Garza, I'm told that he needs an interpreter.
No, sir.
Okay.
I speak very good English, sir.
Okay, Mr. Garza, sorry about that. Okay, so do you have an attorney, Mr. Garza?
Yes, Your Honor. Jason Collin with Texas
Okay.
Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Garza. I apologize for that misunderstanding. Your Honor, we have gone through the arraignment with Mr. Garza. At this time, we're asking to waive the formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the. Go ahead and swear me in, please.
Mr. Garza, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
State your
Thank
name,
you.
please. State your name, please.
My name is Rudy Garza, Your Honor.
Mr. Garza, you've been charged with driving while intoxicated. How do you plead to those charges?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
You plead,
Your
I
Honor,
mean, okay, I plead not guilty.
okay, so we're gonna set your case, Mr. Garza, for August the 3rd. Communicate with your attorney.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, there is one more matter we would like to address on this case before the court regarding bond.
Okay,
Mr. Garza is currently being held on a no bond due to a failure to appear back in April. Mr. Garza was unable to attend because he had a family emergency in San Antonio and was unable to access a phone or come to court in in Raymondville. So we're asking that a bond would be set in this case.
okay, and this was failing to appear here in this court.
Right, he had a family emergency in San Antonio and had to be there.
Okay.
Judge, what was that previous case that he was up for? We have no notice that counsel was going to be addressing that issue, so I've not pulled the file. I have no information on it.
Okay, this is what I'll do. I'm gonna get a recall because I'm also having to look and see what the. So I'm gonna recall on that. Of course, we already said it, the council. But I'm gonna recall, come back to him on that of the bond situation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Your Honor, and I realize the court is gonna hear it, and but for the record, Your Honor, I'd like to state my objection for lack of notice that counsel was going to bring this case up.
I've made a decision to recall, counsel, so
Yes.
you can make your plead your case when we come back to it.
Yes, sir.
Case number 2021 CCR 0059, State of Texas versus Amanda Lee Salinas, and case number 0060.
Right here.
Okay. Salinas, do you have an attorney?
Yes.
Who is your attorney?
Mauricio Garcia. Okay, so this one.
When was the last time that you talked to, is it Mr. or Mrs. Garcia?
Mr.
Mr. Garcia, when was the last time you talked to him?
Like 5 days ago.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Mauricio Garcia was appointed to represent her in other cases, Judge.
Oh, goodness, I don't know who has those. I don't know who has those cases. For my felony cases, Mauricio has them.
Okay, so for this charges, you have failed to identify, giving false and fictitious information, and resisting arrest. For these charges, do you have an attorney?
No.
Okay. So we can. Ms. Salinas,
Yes,
was Mr. Garcia appointed to you, or did you hire him?
he was appointed to me for 2 cases and I hired him for 1.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, Mr. Collins, there you are. Mr. Collins, can you check to see if she's being qualified for a court-appointed attorney, even if it's in other cases?
We can schedule an appointment to have her speak with our investigator on those cases, Your Honor.
Okay, because we do have Mr. Garcia, if there was a conflict of some kind of sort, you know, I can always do that. So I'm gonna recall. Can you reach out to her?
If I could have a breakout room set up with her.
Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm gonna recall and we'll work that out. Yeah. So Ms. Salinas, an attorney is gonna make contact with you here shortly. Okay.
Okay.
Case number 2021 CCR 0041, State of Texas versus Hannah Nicole Stone. Ms.
Jason
Hannah
Collin with,
Nicole Stone.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Stone. Your Honor, in this case, we filed a waiver of arraignment this morning.
Okay, I've just signed that. Ms. Stone, can you turn on the camera, please? Your camera.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you are.
Sorry, it's kind of dark in my house.
Okay, so your hearing date is August the 3rd,
Okay.
Ms. Stone and counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Ms. Stone be excused at this time?
She may.
Well, and I'm sorry, will this be another Zoom call in August 3rd or in person?
Just communicate with your attorney and he'll let you know how we're setting up.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Case number 2021 CCR 0095, State of Texas versus Jose Antonio Tyndale. Case number 0097, 0098, 0099, 0100, 0101, 0102, 0103, 0104, and 0105. Mr. Tyndale, are you on? I'm recalling. We're gonna have to have go break with late. Let's do that and then we'll come back. Okay, so the interpreter is scheduled at 10:30. And I know legal aid needs to consult with if not one, two defendants. I don't think we can take anything. Oh, and then we'll come back at 10:30. That way the interpreter will be here, hopefully. We'll be able to take care of those. We'll be able to come back, Mr. Collins, on the bond situation. We'll discuss that. And then we'll come back to the top of the docket. Well, okay, but aren't they there for the public? Aren't they? What's that? Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll address them when we come back. So let's go ahead and break till 10:30. And we'll set you up, Mr. Collins. So,
Thank you.
Judge, if I may, in the case of Alvaro Diaz, Mr. Collin has indicated that there's an interpreter needed. The docket indicates that there is no need. Is there any way we can verify that? The same mistake was made with Mr. Garza, so I just kind of want to make sure on that now.
We can do that. Can you communicate with the jail? Just to have, who was it? Oh, there he is. Okay. That's Mr. Diaz.
Yes.
Okay, let me see.
Español.
Okay.
Buenos días.
Español. Okay. All right. Okay, let's settle that. Was there another one, Ms. Martinez?
I think that was the only one, Judge.
All right. Okay, just kindly, jail staff, just let Mr. Diaz that there's an interpreter coming at 10:30. Okay, so we're gonna break till then. Mr. Collin, who needs to be in that breakout room?
Miss Amanda Salinas?
Just Amanda Salinas. And yourself, and that's it, right?
And Angie Garcia too.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
So we return at 10:30, Judge?
Yes, Mr. Cantu.
Oh, okay. I'll just, okay.
Jail. Anybody from the jail logged on?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started and go to the top of the docket. Case number 2019 CCR 0163, State of Texas versus Bobby Tyre Brown. Bobby Tyre Brown, are you on? Bobby Tyre Brown. Mr. Bobby Tyre Brown, are you on? Do we have Mr. Bobby Tyre Brown? State.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a judgment ISI that bond be forfeited to the state and K position for the arrest of the defendant. Upon arrest, that he be held without bond.
Granted. Okay, let's go. Let's go to case number 2018 CCR 0216, State of Texas versus Álvaro Díaz.
Sí, vamos a ir con la causa número 2018 CCR 0216, Estado de Texas, contra Álvaro Díaz.
Jason Collins with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Diaz.
Sí, estoy acá con Rio Grande Legal Aid de parte del señor Díaz.
Okay, and just for the record, I'm going to read this. When we utilize an interpreter, I'm going to read this. Today, we'll be using the services of a Spanish interpreter who is located at a remote site.
Hoy vamos a estar utilizando los servicios de una intérprete que está aquí a larga distancia.
The purpose of the interpreter is to allow the flow of communication with the defendant so that they may have a meaningful participation in their case before the court.
Entonces, el propósito de tener una intérprete es para facilitar la comunicación y para que el defendido tenga una participación significativa durante el proceso.
As each participant speaks, please pause every 2 or 3 sentences to give the interpreter time for their redemption.
Cada vez que hablen, digan 2 o 3 oraciones y deténganse, así le pueden dar una oportunidad al intérprete para poder interpretar.
Please speak with the defendant in the first person, just as I am addressing you now.
Sí, por favor, hablen con el acusado, el defendido, en primera persona, de la misma manera que lo estoy haciendo yo ahorita.
And do not address the interpreter.
Y por favor, no se dirijan directamente al intérprete.
Does the defendant object to the interpreter's oath and appearance before made via telecommunication?
El acusado objeta a la presencia de la intérprete durante esta audiencia de forma remota. Señor, ¿tiene objeciones? ¿Tiene una objeción a utilizar un intérprete?
Mr.
No.
Diaz, do you agree to having an interpreter?
Señor, ¿usted está de acuerdo en tener un intérprete?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, let the record reflect that there's no objection from the defendant to utilize the interpreter.
Bueno, entonces va a constar en el acta que no hay objeciones de parte del acusado para utilizar un intérprete.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, do you have an attorney?
Señor Díaz, ¿usted tiene un abogado?
Sí.
Yes.
Who is your attorney?
¿Quién es su abogado?
Your Honor, Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Diaz. We represent him.
Okay.
Sí, Jason Collins de Rio Grande Legal Aid. Estoy aquí representando al señor Díaz.
Okay. Let's go ahead and swear him in.
Bueno, le vamos a tomar juramento entonces.
Go ahead and swear him in. Okay.
Sir, can you please have him raise your right hand, please, sir?
Sí, señor, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you were about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Señor, ¿usted jura ante Dios que el testimonio que va a dar hoy es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad? ¿Lo jura?
Sí, lo juro.
Yes, I swear.
Are you aware you've been charged for driving while intoxicated?
Señor, ¿usted sabe que el cargo en su contra es que usted estaba manejando en estado de embriaguez?
Sí.
Yes.
And how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Señor, ¿y cómo se declara usted al cargo? ¿Culpable o no culpable?
No culpable.
Not guilty.
Okay, so with that, we're gonna set the hearing date for August 3rd. We're gonna set your hearing for August the 3rd. Mr. Diaz and counsel.
Entonces, señor, estamos agendando su próxima audiencia para el 3 de agosto, para usted y para su abogado.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before Mr. Diaz is excused, we also wanted to address the bond matter in this case.
Sí, antes de que se lo excuse el señor Díaz, queríamos abordar el tema de la fianza.
Your Honor, that is correct. Mr. Diaz failed to appear before this honorable court on February the 16th of 2019.
Sí, señor, eso es así, su señoría. El señor Díaz no compareció para la audiencia que tenía el 16 de febrero de 2019.
Considering the charges before him, Judge, and that he has a prior DWI conviction, the state would offer or would be amenable to a $2,500 cash or surety bond.
Sí, teniendo en cuenta, bueno, esos cargos y además de que había estado manejando en estado de embriaguez anteriormente, la Fiscalía estaría de acuerdo en ofrecer una fianza de $2,500 en efectivo o utilizando una compañía afianzadora.
Está bien. Voy a buscar una fianza.
Counsel, you wanna?
Mr. Diaz, we advise you at this time to remain silent.
Sí,
Your Hon-
señor. Oh, sorry.
No, my bad, I'm sorry.
No sé qué. Sí, señor Díaz, le pedimos por favor en este momento que guarde silencio.
Counsel, what says you?
Your Honor, we would simply say that Mr. Diaz failed to appear in 2019 because he was having issues with his addresses. He was moving away from a location where he was having domestic issues, so he didn't receive notice of the court date. Afterwards, he was hit by a car and he was unable to access any real attorney until now. This is why he hasn't been able to come to court since 2019.
Sí, queríamos decir que el señor Díaz no compareció en la fecha del 19 de febrero porque él se estaba mudando, cambiando de dirección, porque estaba teniendo problemas de tipo doméstico y en el interín a él lo chocó un carro y no tuvo acceso hasta ahora a un abogado.
We do have a good address for him now, so we're asking that you would consider instating a PR bond, and if not, a lower bond.
Ahora tenemos una dirección fija para él y le pedimos que considere la posibilidad de una garantía personal de fianza o una fianza un poco más baja.
Your Honor, if I may,
Go ahead.
Judge, when he was moving back in 2019, there's been an allegation that he did not get notice of it. Well, I don't think that can be said truthfully because he had an address. It was still a good address. He just didn't get it because he moved and didn't let anybody know.
Sí, su señoría, lo que sí quería resaltar es que cuando él se estaba mudando en el 2019, se alega que él no recibió esa notificación, pero sí la recibió. Lo que sucede es que él se estaba moviendo, pero no le avisó a nadie de que le dieran esa notificación cuando llegara.
Additionally, although I understand the part about being having an accident, it was 2 years ago, Judge. In the meantime, obviously, he's made no effort whatsoever to contact the court or anybody about the reason for his absence. Had it not been because he was arrested this time, we probably wouldn't have seen him.
Además, señor, yo entiendo que su señoría, que él tuvo un accidente pero ya han pasado 2 años y él no ha hecho ningún esfuerzo para ponerse en contacto con este tribunal o con cualquier otra persona. Y si no fuera por este arresto, no hubiésemos sabido nada de él.
Counsel, this accident that you alluded to, how severe was it? In other words, was he hospitalized?
Señor abogado, en cuanto a este accidente al cual usted se refiere, ¿cuán grave fue? ¿Él estuvo internado?
So, Your Honor, this is Ms. Alcaraz's client. I have not spoken with him directly. My understanding is that he is still recovering. So I imagine it was severe.
Él era cliente del señor Daza, así que no tengo esa información, pero tengo entendido que él todavía se está recuperando, así que me imagino que fue grave.
Your Honor, I just confirmed that he was hospitalized.
Oh, acabo de confirmar que él sí estuvo internado.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna consider that, but nonetheless, obviously, he was able to drive. So I'm gonna agree with the state to set not a 2,500, but a 2,000 cash surety bond.
Bueno, esto es lo que voy a hacer. Voy a tener en cuenta lo del accidente. Sin embargo, él podía manejar. Entonces estoy de acuerdo con la fiscalía y no voy a fijar la fianza a 2.500, sino a 2.000.
Okay, so that's my ruling for the bond situation.
Sí, así que ese es mi fallo en cuanto a la fianza.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Diaz be excused at this time?
He may.
Sí, gracias, señoría. ¿Se lo puede excusar al señor Díaz en este momento? Sí, señor.
Okay, he's excused.
Sí, se lo excusa, señor. Sería todo. Se puede retirar.
So, okay. All right. Ms. Whalen, I'm
Yes.
just told that we had 2 cases, but nonetheless, the other one turned out that he was bilingual in English.
Oh, I see.
And so this was the only one. that
Okay.
we- Thank you so much
Okay.
for your help.
No problem. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, so we go back to the top. Case number 2021 CCR 0078, State of Texas versus Mario Cantu Jr.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. We made attempts to reach Mr. Cantu during the break. We were unable to reach him. Your Honor, at this time, we are asking to get this case reset to tomorrow. Ms. Garcia will require a little bit more time to do a full interview and qualify Mr. Cantu. So we're asking for this case to be set to tomorrow at 2 p.m. if possible.
What seems to, now, was there an effort to try and make contact with him?
Yes, Your Honor, we did call twice to no response.
Okay, so I think.
Oh, wait, right now?
Yes,
Like during break?
We called you in the past hour, sir.
I got no call, sir.
Okay,
I
do me
swear.
a favor, Mr. Collins, do you have access to a phone right now?
I do, Your Honor.
Can you call him right now?
I can try again,
Are
sir.
you able to answer if he calls you, Mr. Cantu?
On mine, I'm on Zoom video through my phone, but right now I had my phone on ringer. I got no call, and I provided the right number.
We're spinning our wheels here. I mean,
No,
the
yeah.
initial issue, aside from, of course, the charges, was that there was no communication. That's what Mr. Cantu alluded to earlier. So here we are within the hour, and still we're in the same situation.
I don't know, Your Honor. We did reach him. We did attempt to reach him at least. Nothing went through.
I could look at my call history, sir. I did not receive a single call. Look, hold on. Nope, not a single call, sir. I called another lawyer right now. Hold on, let me go back to my Zoom video. I called another lawyer right now to let them know I was gonna make a payment right now, but I have no calls. I swear to God. And I gave them the right phone number, right? It's 956-746-7694.
Okay, Mr. Cantu. Okay, so let me ask you this. Can you afford an attorney?
I can, but the thing is, I already got one for another case, which is pretty expensive. They're charging me $2,000, and I have a 4-month plan to pay that off. So that's why I'm saying with this case, I was gonna go ahead through legal aid because I can't afford like so much, like because they're charging me $750 for this case, and I don't have like that much money right now, or like I have some. I work, but I don't have enough for that because I have a son. Yes.
All right. Okay. So,
Your Honor,
to your benefit, to be able to communicate with legal aid.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
Ms. Garcia with the legal aid officer. A couple of weeks ago, Ms. Jennifer issues out numbers, and the 746-7694 is the number that I had been trying to reach this gentleman.
Yeah.
For some reason, he doesn't answer, and it just tells me voicemail not set up. And that's what I got within the last 45 minutes. I've called twice already. I have been reaching out to him.
Can I provide another number? My father's number, just in case if that one will work, because I've been wanting to talk to get this over with. I'm not trying to avoid nothing. I've been trying to call to communicate.
And just to clarify, Your Honor, I've been reaching out to him. I've even texted him in my cell phone, and I've even reached out to him at the office number, and I have not been able to.
I've got the office number call, yes, but no text or anything. And also, I've been having issues with this phone, but the calls that hasn't been an issue. My text messages, I think so, but yes, like, can I provide another number or 2 more numbers just in case either or don't go through? Yeah, okay, my father's number to reach me through is 956-617-3160. And then I got my girlfriend's number. She's here in the other room. It's 956 398-7102. And yeah, I could call right after this to the direct number of the office, if that's fine, or I don't know which number I should call, or just to try to communicate back.
Angie, how long will it take approximately to qualify him or to acknowledge that he does not qualify, more or less?
It should take me 15 minutes at the most, sir, but I need to scan the complaint, the waiver of arraignment, so the attorney can go over the paperwork with him. That's
Well, no, I know, but I'm more interested in just finding out whether or not he qualifies.
okay. Give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, and I'll call him right now.
Okay, so you're able to do that while I conduct court, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
All right.
Okay. Can you call my dad's number? His phone's right here, the 617.
I am going to call your dad's number, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna recall, we'll come back to it.
Thank you, Judge.
Case, there. Case number 2021 CCR 0093, State of Texas versus Oscar Toribio Garza, and case number 0094. Mr. Toribio Garza, are you on? Mr. Toribio Garza, are you on? Mr. Oscar Toribio Garza, are you on? Mr. Oscar Toribio Garza. Oscar Toribio Garza. State.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a judgment nisi that bond be forfeited to the state and CAPE is issued for the arrest of the defendant. Upon arrest, that he be held without bond.
Granted. Case number 2. Okay, let me go to. I'm gonna go ahead and skip and go to case number 2021 CCR 0059, State of Texas versus Amanda Lee Salinas, and case number 0060.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. Your Honor, we did speak with her and we confirmed that we conflict out of these cases as well. So we're not going to be able to represent her.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and appoint Mr. What's his first name? Mauricio Garcia. So Ms. Salinas, Mr. Mauricio Garcia, which he's represented you, right? I guess in a district court.
Yes.
Will be representing you in this case as well.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna reach out to him and well, let's see. We don't have any other attorney that can, right? We don't. Okay, so we'll have him contact you, Ms. Salinas.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Judge, is the case going to be reset for another day?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna reschedule the arraignment date for August 3rd. That's next. Case number 2021 CCR 0014, State of Texas versus Rudy Garza. Is he on?
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Garza. He's in custody, Your Honor.
Yes, I know. I'm looking at it. Yeah. I'll just recall. Give him some time to get him. Case number 2021 CCR 0092, State of Texas versus Peter Giovanni Martinez. Mr. Peter Giovanni Martinez, are you on? Mr. Peter Giovanni Martinez, are you on? Mr. Peter Giovanni Martinez. Stage.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a judgment eyesight that bond be forfeited to the state and CAPE is issued for the arrest of the defendant. Upon arrest, that he be held without bond.
Granted. Case number 2021 CCR 0089, State of Texas versus Katie Marie Moreno, and case number 2021 CCR 0090 and 01001.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Ms. Moreno. She is on the call, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm signing the waiver of arraignments. The hearing date is August the 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms.
Respectfully,
Moreno?
Judge, we'd ask that the court address with this defendant her tardiness in presenting herself before the court.
Yes. I agree. Ms.
Yeah.
Moreno,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and swear in, please.
Ms. Moreno, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Moreno,
Yes.
you aware that your case hearing date and time is today at 9?
Yes, I was having a problem with my my connection because it's raining outside. So my my Wi-Fi, my service wasn't letting me connect in.
Did Legal Aid make contact with you today?
Yes, I was able to they got hold of me and I was able to get my phone to work again. So I told them that I was getting it to work, and yeah, I got it to work. And
So they called you to remind you?
yeah, well, I already had my thing set, but it was the service and the Wi-Fi wasn't really working for my phone.
All right. I'm gonna believe you, because there was bad weather. But I also
Yeah.
wanted to stress to you that at this point in time, the court has a decision to make whether to issue a capias, which means that you'll be arrested without bond because you would be considered a failing to appear, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do that. But I do wanna stress how important it is for you to make contact with the court through virtual, obviously. You know, now, if we didn't have this situation with COVID and so forth, obviously you would be required to present yourself in front of the court, right? So we're running through these difficult times. I am gonna consider the weather, but on your hearing date and from here on until you clear this and put this behind you, be sure that you're prompt, not only the day, but the time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, you're excused, Ms.
Thank you.
Continue to communicate with your attorney.
Okay.
Case number 2021 CCR 0096, State of Texas versus Alejandra Ortiz. Miss Alejandra Ortiz, are you on? Miss Alejandra Ortiz, are you on? Miss Alejandra Ortiz. Miss Alejandra Ortiz. State.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a judgment eyesight that bond be forfeited to the state and CAPE is issued for the arrest of the defendant. Upon arrest, that she be held without bond.
Granted. Okay, let me go back to Mr. Garza. Case number 2021 CCR 0014, State of Texas versus Rudy Garza. And we have set a date for his hearing. However, there was the bond to be considered, discussed. So, counsel, you go first, Mr. Collins.
Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid on behalf of Mr. Garza. Your Honor, we would like to put on the record that this was a failure to appear from last month in April, 2 months ago in April. And again, he had a family emergency in San Antonio and was unable to access a phone or to get down to the Valley in time for his court appearance. This was just last month, and he has made attempts to make his court appearance since then. So we are asking at this time for the court to consider reinstating a bond in this case.
State.
Your Honor, first of all, earlier, when I had my objection, I had understood that Mr. Collin was referring to another case, a different case, and not just this one, Judge. Having said that, while I understand his situation, it's inconceivable to me that he, in this day and age, he would not have access to a phone to be able to call in that I know of. And there has been no showing that he called the court, that he called somewhere to let them know that he was, he had been unable to show up. I understand emergencies come up, and certainly I'm taking that into consideration. However, it is, again, in this day and age, it's just beyond me how in these 2 months he was not able to reach a phone and present himself before this honorable court. Having said that, Judge, this is a DWI, first DWI. I would suggest a bond of $1,000 cash or surety.
Okay. Was this in person? Okay, let me verify this. Go ahead and swear him in.
Sir, please raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Garza, I just wanted to verify this. You were the defendant that actually came to the court in person, correct?
Yes, sir, because I didn't have a phone, Your Honor. And the day that I was supposed to come, my daughter from Victoria was around this area. She was having problems with my 15-year-old granddaughter. So my 15-year-old granddaughter took off with this guy that was about 17 or 18, and they took off to San Antonio. So my daughter came to pick me up because she's a single mother. And we went to San Antonio to go and try to talk to my granddaughter and try to talk to that young man, which is 18 years old. And we finally brought my 15-year-old, she just turned 15, my 15-year-old granddaughter back over here. They dropped me out, but at that time that I was supposed to show up in court from one point to the other, from San Antonio over here, I had borrowed my daughter's phone because she lives in Victoria, sir. And the phone, because of the satellite or something, I couldn't get a hold that day that I was supposed to appear in court, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Garza, this is one of the cases that, I sometimes, as an example, bring up that the initial charges, and not that driving while intoxicated is not a very, very serious offense, is that by not appearing, things go from bad to even worse, right?
No, I understand that.
So because you did make the effort on that previous initial date of the hearing where you showed up, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the capias. However,
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to understand that if you do not appear in the future,
Yes, sir.
that I will keep the capias in place, in force,
Yes, sir.
and you will be incarcerated.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Garza.
Your Honor, may Mr. Garza be excused at this time?
You may.
And Judge, I'm sorry, before he leaves, a clarification as to the bond. Removing the capias and reinstating are two different things. So are you reinstating the bond, the previous bond?
Yes, yes, that is correct. Thank you for bringing it up. I'm reinstating the initial bond. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor,
Your Honor,
what does that mean?
Is there? No? Okay, so having said that, if there's not a bond, and then I'm not obviously reinstating the initial bond, I'm leaving it as it is. So if there's not one, then I'm leaving it as it is. Why was it one set? Okay, I'm gonna set a 1,000 PR bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You may.
Okay, thank you.
Case number 2021 CCR 0095, State of Texas versus Jose Antonio Tyndale, and 0097, 0098, 0099, 0100, 0101, 0102, 0103, 0104, and 0105. Mr. Jose Antonio Tyndale. Are you on, Mr. Jose Antonio Tyndale? Mr. Jose Antonio Tyndale. Mr. Jose Antonio Tyndale. Mr. Skaggs is checking in the hallway. No? Right. State.
Your Honor, all of these cases, the state would ask for a judgment nisi, that bond be forfeited to the state, in capias issued for the arrest of the defendant, upon arrest that he be held without bond.
Granted. So we have MC or Mr. Cantu. It's the only one that's left.
Your Honor, Jason Collin with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid.
Yes, go ahead.
We've spoken with Mr. Cantu and we've qualified him. He does qualify for our services. At this time, we're asking that he be arraigned in open court.
Okay, is he on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. Okay, state your name, please. Oh, you need to swear me in. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Mr. Cantu, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you were about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Cantu, you are aware that you've been charged with reckless driving.
Yes, sir.
And how do you plead to those charges?
Not guilty.
Okay, so we're gonna, your hearing date is set for August the 3rd.
That's in 2 days, right? 2 days.
August the 3rd,
Oh, okay.
in August. But
Oh, August. Oh, I'm sorry. August. I'm sorry.
more importantly, you need to continue to, well, not continue, you need to communicate with your attorney.
Yes, yes. We just talked, and I gave them the other numbers, and I found out what happened. They had called me through a personal number, and I confused it, thinking it was somebody random calling.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
all right.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Let me just tell you this, and you were off this thing, so you didn't hear what I told the other defendant. But this is one of those cases, as well as the previous one from another defendant, that these charges might become secondary because you're not communicating. So all I'm saying, it might get from worse to worse or from bad to worse.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm trying to get it over with already. I was not trying to avoid.
I know.
I would advise.
I guess my point is, if I were you and I cannot communicate with my attorney, I'd get on my car and drive to them. I mean, that's how important it would be.
Yes,
But
yes, sir.
Nonetheless, you get the picture.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sorry for the
No,
lag.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Mr. Cantu.
Yeah.
All right, so it's set for August 3rd.
Yes, and I will be communicating.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Cantu be excused at this time?
Yes, he may. Mhm.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so we have, which one else? Oh, on the burn. So I think we're done. Does anybody have anything that I might have missed?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Right.
I do not
Okay.
think so, Your Honor.
Okay, so is- where Aisha, I'm told that we're looking at some squares. Aisha Masafar.
Your Honor, I do believe those are actually clerks with our office.
Okay, and the other one, which one is the other one?
Yeah,
There
we
there
have
was
3
two
clerks.
more before. We just want to know, you know, if that's fine if they're with you or any of the other parties, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't somebody that shouldn't be there.
I apologize for not clarifying that earlier.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, so we'll see y'all tomorrow, except the court reporter. We have probate this afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'll be there. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you all later.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day.
Thanks.